Well, a very good evening to you and welcome to the broadcast tonight. The self-proclaimed People's Opposition leader, Kalonzo Musyoka, has threatened to go on demonstrations, or rather to lead Kenyans on demonstrations come the end of March Eve. President William Ruto and the government at large will have shown no interest in reconstituting IEBC. We're waiting to see how that will unfold. Now, starting us off from Western region, President William Ruto and his deputy Kithure Kindiki have called on Kenyans to shun from the politics of division and tribalism. The two were speaking during the launch of the extension of the secondary dike for River Nzoia flood control project in Budalangi, Busia County. And as our reporter Dolly Mwiregi Mbovi tells us, President William Ruto has been very clear in championing for the unity of the country as he embarks in touring different regions within the country.
How are you, members of Very good. Hello, how are you?
President William Ruto's fourth day to tour the Western region has seen him commission various projects that are set to improve the lives of Kenyans. Addressing the resident in Budalangi in Busia County, accompanied by various political leaders, the president has continued with his unity gospel, urging Kenyans to shun away from divisive politics.
Tumekubaliana, Kenya hatutaki tena migawanyiko na chuki na ukabila. Tunataka sisi wote tuungane kama timu moja. So mnajua huyu Wanjala alichaguliwa na ODM na ni mtu ya kusumbua. Si mnajua huyo ndugu yangu mheshimiwa Otuoma. Si tulichaguliwa mirengo tofauti, lakini sasa tumeamua sisi ni timu moja ambaye tutafanya kazi kwa pamoja. Tuhakikishe ya kwamba tunasomesha watoto wenu, tunawasaidia kilimo, tunaunganisha stima, tunapanga maendeleo, ndio Kenya iweze kusonga mbele. Hatuna haja na biashara ya ukabila ama chuki ama migawanyiko. Nyinyi watu wa Budalangi, mnakubali tufanye kazi pamoja ama mnataka tuendelee tutengane? Mnasema tushirikiane?
On his side, Deputy President Kithure Kindiki has urged all Kenyans to stay united, noting that the head of state strongly believes in the unity of the country, as this is what will expedite national development.
Rais amesema ili nchi yetu iendelee haraka, lazima tuwe kitu kimoja kama taifa. Kusiwe na ubaguzi wa kikabila, wa kidini, wa kijinsia, wa kiumri, kusiwe na ubaguzi wa aina yoyote. Rais anasema Kenya ni moja, taifa letu ni moja, sisi ni ndugu moja, bendera yetu ni moja, wimbo wa taifa ni moja, we are one country, we are one people. Na ndio umeona ameleta viongozi wengi kutoka mirengo mbalimbali. Wale walikuwa pamoja na sisi wakati wa campaign, wale walikuwa na mrengo mwingine. Sisi zote we are pulling in one direction to develop our country.
In a bid to put to sleep the deadly and disruptive Budalangi floods, President Ruto launched the extension of the secondary dike for River Nzoia flood control project, which he says will safeguard and restore access to vital institutions and infrastructure.
Hii dike tumeweka milioni 130 na tunataka ikamilike kwa miezi miwili. Nimekubaliana na contractor ambaye anafanya hiyo kazi ya kwamba nitatumana 2 months. Kama hajamaliza hapa nitakuja na kiboko. Ama namna gani? Situmalizane na hii kazi. Vile vile nyinyi mnajua tumefanya ile kazi kubwa ambayo ilianza karibu kilomita 22, tumejenga ile kanal kubwa. Sasa imebaki kilomita 9. Na hiyo kilomita 9 ilikuwa imekosa pesa. Lakini sasa mwaka uliopita nimekimbia, tumetafuta pesa, imepatikana shilingi karibu bilioni 2.9. Leo nimefika hapa kuanzisha hiyo project. Na mimi nataka hiyo project tukamilishe kabla ya mwisho wa mwaka huu, ndio tumalizane, nyinyi mupate shamba ya kuzalisha mchele, tufukuze njaa katika taifa letu la Kenya.
President Ruto's visit in the region comes in the wake of the merger between the United Democratic Alliance UDA and the Amani National Congress ANC of Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, which has resulted in the formation of a new political entity, the United Democratic Alliance Party. Dolly Mirikimbovi for Hope TV.
Now, away from that, Wiper Party leader, or rather Wiper Party, has announced its plans to lead the country in demonstrations by March 2025 if the Independence Electoral and Boundaries Commission IEBC is not reconstituted on time. Led by its party leader, Kalonzo Musyoka, the party has vowed to challenge President William Ruto's leadership if no effort is made towards leading the country towards the right direction. Now, the NEC committee has officially expelled the Dadaab Member of Parliament, Farah Maalim, who served as Wiper's deputy party leader, with the party terming his recent remarks as misleading and against the party's constitution.
The National Executive Council NEC has fully approved the expulsion of Honorable Farah Maalim as the deputy party leader, which was announced by our party leader on January 15th, 2025. Wiper Democratic Movement will lead demonstrations by the end of March unless progress is made towards the reconstitution of the new Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission. Wiper will solidify its presence across the country by carrying out party elections in a structured manner, culminating in a national delegates convention. Finally, Wiper Democratic Movement will hold recruitment rallies across the country to witness the issuance of national identity cards as well as recruitment of voters. We urge our Gen Zs and all Kenyans who have not yet registered to do so and also register as voters for them to be part of the present and future decision-making process.
The country is so united, more than ever before. In fact, it has never been as united as it is since independence, around one goal: to defeat William Ruto at the next elections. So, asijisumbue sana.
Barely 2 days after the Kenya Union of Clinical Officers, KUCO, announced the commencement of its industrial action.
Power! Comrade, power! Power!
The Clinical Officers Union has suspended
Now on Matters Health, the Kenya Union of Clinical Officers has suspended its industrial action for 21 days to give room for Council of Governors and other parties to honor their end of bargain. The suspension comes after the Council of Governors requested for 21 days to meet their demands, with the union's advisory committee insisting that there will be no extension to the 3-week grace period.
Barely 2 days after the Kenya Union of Clinical Officers, KUCO, announced the commencement of its industrial action.
Power! Comrade, power! Power!
The Clinical Officers Union has suspended the strike in a bid to allow the government and Council of Governors fast-track their promise to address their concerns.
We give them 21 days from the first day of meeting, and then we expect that within 21 days we'll have concluded the just few clauses that were remaining on the CBA, and also to finalize on the issues of the Global Fund, and also inclusion, or rather ensuring that the money to guarantee transition of the UHC to permanent and pensionable is also captured on the ongoing budgetary process.
This follows a meeting on Monday with the Council of Governors, Ministry of Health and officials from the Social Health Authority Board, in which the parties involved expressed goodwill in implementing their promises.
We are working very closely with the ministry, the Council for Clinical Officers, DHA, and ourselves, and this we are happy and to note that has since been resolved. So clinical officers should start enjoying the services that they were asking for.
KUCO has expressed optimism that SHA will eliminate the bone of contention by empaneling clinical officers and their facilities as required.
Yale makubaliano ambayo tuko nayo ambayo yameweza yakasajiliwa kotini, sio mambo ati tunaenda kufanya negotiation. Tunaenda tu kuangalia vile tutaweza kuhakikisha ya kwamba yanatekelezwa, ndio maafisa tabibu wafanye kazi vyema, na la muhimu Mkenya wa kawaida aweze kupata afya na kwa njia iliyo bora.
The union's decision to suspend the strike will not affect 4 counties as they have different terms following court orders that have since been ignored by the respective governors.
This county include Lamu, it includes Kwale, Vihiga, and Uasin Gishu. So those counties are not subject to this suspension. But also, we have also made a deliberate decision in terms of those who are also hostile and are difficulties. They are not implementing the agreement that we had.
If the government's commitment to handle clinical officers' demands is anything to go by, it is a win for many Kenyans seeking health services within level 1 to 3 health facilities across the country, as clinicians remain primary health providers. For Newswatch, I'm Sammy Adika.
Well, still on matters health, the Ministry of Health has reassured Kenyans of its commitment in handling Marburg virus, which has been reported in the neighboring Tanzania. While issuing status of health in the country, Principal Secretary for Public Health and Professional Standards, Mary Mudhoni, noted that the country has no single case of Marburg virus, further calling on Kenyans to exercise extreme caution in a bid to prevent the outbreak of the deadly virus. Now, Marburg virus disease is caused by the Marburg virus, which can be transmitted by uninfected persons to other people. It is also transmitted by fruit bats to people who have had prolonged exposure in caves or mines inhabited by fruit bat colonies.
It's important for the members of public to know what are the signs and symptoms that come early with it, and equally risk reduction and public advisory, because we need to really take care. Some of these issues are preventable. For instance, as a ministry, we are very keen about our surveillance. We want to ensure that all our ports of entry are covered. We are able to know what are the emerging issues, the re-emerging issues in society, so that we are able to cover ourselves. Equally, the screening is ongoing to ensure both Mpox and Marburg, we are able to protect our country on the same. And equally, the call to action, prevention, prevention, prevention. The basic issues that we must be able to do at the level of the household. Wash your hands, take care of your personal hygiene, take care of the environmental hygiene, water and sanitation. As you very well know, this country is still grappling with about 15 counties that practice open defecation. And therefore, in this, the push to have 100% or to eradicate defecation in our communities is also part of the rallying call.
Away from that, on matters corruption, the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, EACC, has reiterated its commitment towards fighting corruption in the country. Addressing the recent allegations of corruption in the Judicial Service Commission, JSC, EACC Chairperson Dr. David Oginde says the Commission has launched investigations, further promising to pinpoint on the avenues that have been exploited to support unethical conduct or graft within JSC. James Machera with more details.
Barely a month after the Chief Justice Martha Koome vowed to address corruption allegations on the judiciary, Dr. Oginde confirmed that the Commission has launched investigations probing the Judicial Service Commission graft allegations.
Should we find anything, we will take the necessary steps that need to be taken to bring these people to justice so that we combat corruption within the judiciary, because the judiciary is really a key pillar of integrity, upholding justice within this country. And we cannot afford to have people within that whole system who are actually subverting that very important step in our judicial system.
Oginde also expressed the Commission's dedication towards fighting corruption through collaboration with other key stakeholders, including the National Police Service, and through the launch of the National Integrity Academy, which will be used to train leaders and members of the public on ethics and integral values that will enable them to transform the society.
Kenyans are saying we are not seeing results. One of the ways that we thought could help shorten that process is a situation where we work collaboratively with the DPP, either for the office of the DPP to second their team to us, so that the whole process of analyzing a case or a file is done in a way that from there it can go straight to the judiciary.
He at the same time noted that young people need to exercise ethical responsibility on how they address their leaders, noting that the level of moral breakdown among the youth is alarming.
We are seeing as a culture that is developing, and it is a negative culture. Whatever you say about it, it can only destroy our nation. And so I'm personally concerned that this is a trend that is building within our country, where young people can stand up and insult adults, insult their mothers, their fathers, their leaders at different levels. It is not something that we should encourage.
On his part, Deputy Inspector General of the National Police Service, Eliud Lagat, reiterated that the police service is ready to collaborate with the EACC fully in its bid to fight corruption.
The police will be part and parcel of its training, and as earlier put by Dr. Mutuku, or the lady that was here first, that they will continue to train the police, then for sure we will be part and parcel, so that we not only find ourselves in the receiving end, but we will be able to journey together.
The director of the National Integrity Academy reiterated the institution's dedication in training learners with the right ethics and integral values, which will help them transform society at a time when the country is facing ethical and moral decadence. James Machera, reporting for Newswatch, Nairobi.
Many thanks, James Machera, for the report right there on matters education. Education Cabinet Secretary Julius Ogamba has assured members of the public that the government will not allow any of the public universities to go down. Speaking during the inauguration of the new Moi University Council, Ogamba said changes to the institution are part of the government's efforts to ensure it is back on the right trajectory. The CAS last week appointed the new council that will be chaired by Professor Noah Midamba, stressing that the decision was informed by the governance and leadership issues the Uasin Gishu-based university has been facing.
I extend my sincere congratulations to the new members of the University Council, whose work, I must warn, will not be a bed of roses. Your appointment is a recognition of our trust in your leadership, expertise, and commitment needed for the university to turn around and thrive. You must steer this great institution towards great heights, ensuring that it continues to fulfill its mission of producing graduates who are not only well-trained, but also socially responsible and ready to contribute to the development of our nation.
Now, 29-year-old John Kiama Wambua, a carpenter who was arrested on Tuesday in Huruma Estate, Nairobi, while allegedly in possession of a dismembered body in a cement bag, will remain in custody for 21 days as the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, DCI, sleuths conduct further investigations on the motive behind the crime. Now, Wambua, who works as a carpenter, was found carrying body parts concealed in a bag, with reports indicating that he confessed to murdering his wife, Joy Frida Munani, following a domestic altercation. Now, Milimani Principal Magistrate Gilbert Shikwe directed that the accused be detained at Ruaraka Police Station, even as the DCI seek permission to conduct a mental health evaluation of the suspect, as well as DNA testing, a post-mortem examination, and efforts to locate the missing body parts.
Your Honor, the reason why they are seeking for custodial orders is that they are yet to record a comprehensive statement of the respondent. Your Honor, no statements have been recorded for the key witnesses. A body was found in the scene of crime. A post-mortem report is yet to be conducted. The same body was still lacking other body parts which are yet to be recovered. Your Honor, they are yet to conduct a mental assessment in the respondent. Your Honor, due to the seriousness of the offense, the respondent is deemed a flight risk and he may not present himself if released on bond. Your Honor, the incident is in the public domain and the applicant is apprehensive that if released, the members of the public might lynch him due to the nature of the offences. The murder weapon is also yet to be recovered and processed.
Quite a sad affair right there. Away from that, residents of Manyata in Embu County have voiced their dissatisfaction with the Member of Parliament, Gitonga Mukunji, accusing him of undermining Governor Cecily Mbarire and stalling development projects within the county. Speaking in Embu, the locals alleged that Mukunji's frequent criticism of the governor has created a hostile environment, deterring potential investors from the county. The meeting, which brought together various leaders and stakeholders, aimed to chart a course for Embu County's development. So the residents urged the Member of Parliament to focus on working with other leaders in order to realize development. Well, still in Embu, Kenya Agricultural and Livestock Research Organization, KALRO, in collaboration with the county government of Embu, has trained over 60 young agripreneurs on digital soil mapping to inform policies on improvement of soil health. Now, county government of Embu plans to train 7 agripreneurs in each of the 20 wards across the county, making a total of 140 who will be working directly with farmers, providing critical extension support to enhance productivity and sustainable agricultural practices. Now, the training is part of the government's national program on soil sampling and testing across 45 counties, apart from Nairobi and Mombasa counties, that is set to revolutionize agriculture.
This soil mapping inaangalia mambo ya kuchukua udongo kwa kaunti yetu ya Embu, ambaye tutachukua samples zaidi ya 1900, na hizo samples zinatosha kuwakilisha kaunti ya Embu, na hizo samples zitasaidia tukifanya analysis, zitatuonyesha ni fertilizer gani tunaweza tumia pande ya Embu county yenye tunaweza ambia serikali kulingana na hizi results. After tukipima hiyo udongo, itatuambia either mkulima anatakiwa kuambiwa atumie mbolea fertilizer na atumie ile manure ile inatoka kwa ng'ombe ama mbuzi, ama atumie zote mbili pamoja. Kwa hivyo hiyo results itasaidia wakulima sana. Tukipima kwa shamba yake, tutaweza kumwambia hii ni fertilizer gani na ni mbolea gani anatakiwa kutumia.
Zile samples tuko na kile kituo cha kupima mchanga hapa KALRO Embu, ambacho kitakuwa kinasaidia wakulima wetu. Wakati wanaleta samples pale, wanapimiwa mchanga yao na wanapatiwa majibu, na wakaweza kuelezwa watatumia mbolea aina gani ili kuzidi kutunza mchanga wetu na kuhakikisha kwamba mazao yetu katika kaunti yetu bado inazidi kuongezeka kila uchao.
Hyatt Hotels Corporation has officially opened Hyatt Regency Nairobi Westlands, marking the brand debut in the country. The hotel's management says their entrance into the Kenyan market is a boost to the country's hotel industry, further expressing optimism that they will fully fit in and compete effectively with other similar establishments. Now, the 5-star property aims to offer an unmatched hospitality experience, combining elements of Kenya's local culture with the Hyatt Regency brand's signature service.
Hyatt is a global company. We're in over 50 countries. The Regency brand itself is entering Nairobi now, but we are in Dubai, London, Hong Kong, Shanghai, Dar es Salaam. Our World of Hyatt loyalty program is the first aspect that will help us, and already people that are members are discovering Kenya now because of our loyalty program, because of the Hyatt. They're hearing about the parks now, they're hearing about the city, and they're actively coming here. Travel and tourism is one of the biggest industries in the world, 10% of the total global GDPs in travel and tourism. Kenya is one of the top destinations for anybody in the world to come and visit. If you look at what the country has to offer, it's just incredible. I think there's no competition almost in a way. So with us being here, actively promoting, actively telling, that can be only good. And there's other people entering the market, there's other hotels coming, we will enter with more properties in the market, so this is a good thing.
Well, now on matters sports, the Kenya Police FC flexed their muscles at the Machakos Stadium this evening, delivering a dominant 3-0 victory over Bandari FC in an FKF Premier League clash. Now, the law enforcers struck early, with Marvin Nabuire opening the scoring in the 10th minute. Nabuire's swift moves caught the Dockers goalkeeper unaware, earning the police their first win. Now, despite Bandari's attempts to regroup, the officers showed their long arm shortly before halftime, with Clinton Kinanga doubling the lead with a well-timed shot, securing the police their second goal. Now, Kenya Police FC still stands number 2 in FKF standing, tying with the Tusker FC at 33 points each, only a goal difference separating the two. Now, the Dockers will continue sailing 7th with the 23 points, only 1 point ahead of the AFC Leopards.
Kona au hata mpira wa kurushwa au hata set piece, mpira wa ikabu nje tu ya 18 ya timu hii. Umetafutwa Jesse Jackson Were! Aliyekuwa mfungaji bora mwaka 2015 akiwa na Tusker FC. Aliari kuweza kurudi. Walianza uzuri. Marvin Omondi Nabuire, defense splitting pass kwa mara nyingine, amelala chale. Brian Odera alijaribu, lakini composure ya mzoefu, composure ya moja kati ya wafungaji bora kwenye historia ya ligi kuu taifa la Kenya.
Well, I'm also privy to the information that Gor Mahia also managed to score 2 goals against Sofapaka in the FKF Premier League just a couple of hours from ago. That is, Gor Mahia managed 2 goals against Sofapaka, who managed 0 goals in the FKF Premier League. Well, my name is Sammy Adika, and our sign language interpreter has been the amazing Boniface Mureithi. Many thanks for choosing Hope TV News Watch right here at Hope TV. My name is Sammy Adika. Good night.